What's up, guys? This is Unconventional Movements. This is episode number 12. This is going to be a three-part series of kind of warming up and getting your body ready for these dynamic and unconventional movements, okay? So movement number one, or warm-up number one, we're going to learn muscular irradiation, muscular tension, okay? This is very important to know how to do correctly and to be able to do in and outside of movements. The reason is this is how our body stabilizes as a whole. I can prove this to you when we flex and when we create this, what's called, again, muscle irradiation, how the entire body kind of sets itself up, and it's not just working in like this singular fashion. It's not just working from one joint, right? It kind of works its way up the system. So how I'm gonna prove it to you really quickly is you're just gonna put your hand down by your side and you're gonna make a fist, right? You're gonna squeeze that fist as hard as you can. Now, what do you notice happening, right? Squeeze that fist. You notice that your biceps kick on. Maybe you're even flexing that tricep a little bit. Your lats come on, maybe even the chest comes on, right? So you can see just by focusing on squeezing this fist, all of a sudden that entire arm line is starting to kick on and is working correctly. This becomes very important when we're doing major strength lifts, complex movements. It's very important to know that I can stabilize myself through tension toe to head, right? So that's exactly what we're gonna do here. This camera is just a touch off. Let me, there we go. So again, we're gonna learn how to stabilize ourselves toe to head, all right? So this is a great practice. This one was actually shown to me by Justin Rua, one of our trainers and coaches. Check out his stuff. He's got some pretty amazing things out there. He's got some pretty dope movements and just kind of him throwing down on some weight. So go check him out. I'll tag him in this post. And here we go. So this is a standing muscular tension or irradiation drill, all right? I'll do this for about, I don't know, 5 rounds or so when we're training and getting ready for strength, and then I'll move on to the next thing, right? So about 5 rounds of this. So what I want you guys to do, barefoot, if you notice, right, barefoot, you're gonna pick your toes up, you're gonna drive your toes into the ground, really push, you're gonna hold that, okay? You're gonna flex your quads, get your quads nice and tight, get those things working. Flex your hamstrings, okay? Flex your glutes, you're holding all of this. Notice my feet are still driving into the ground, I'm flexing through the quads, my glutes are tight, I'm gonna get my core tight. I'm not only gonna bring it tight, I'm gonna bring it down. Really force that rib cage to kind of float over the hips. So now I'm tight from core to the bottom of my feet, right? You're gonna bring your hands out, externally rotate, hands facing forward. You're gonna squeeze those hands. You're gonna flex those biceps, flex your triceps, flex your chest, maybe flex your back at the same time, and then we're gonna get offended. Pull that head back, you're gonna hold this tension for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good, and then down, shake that out, and we're gonna go again for another round, okay? Big pointer here, don't forget to breathe, okay? I know it can be tough sometimes when we're getting maximal and optimal tension here to hold your breath, right? But you wanna be able to breathe. I'm tight right now, I'm squeezing, and notice I'm still able to talk to you. This is another very important practice of creating this muscular tension, right? Is practicing correct breathing patterns, okay? So once you do that correct muscular tension, this would be our standing irradiation drill. We're gonna make this a little bit more dynamic, okay? So how you're gonna move into it next is we're gonna do this, all right, through a plank drill, all right? So just like you would in a normal plank, right? Get into your plank position. From here, I'm gonna squeeze my feet together, flex my quads, flex my glutes, squeeze my core. I'm gonna flex my biceps, squeeze my hands together, pull my head back to get offended here. Hold, 3, 2, 1, and down, right? Again, I'm gonna do 5 rounds of that because it's also very important to know how to create tension and then come off of tension. Create tension and come off of tension, right? A lot of movements like the kettlebell, the two-hand swing is a great way to practice this as, again, being under tension, having that muscular irradiation correctly, and then be able to come off of the tension, right? It's a great way to practice that. If you do it mechanically right, it's just gonna kind of happen naturally for you, and you'll definitely be able to feel that, okay? Another big pointer on this one, from the plank, which I actually didn't mention there, is I'm gonna pull pull my elbows energetically towards my feet, right? So I'm not actually sliding my elbow, but I am pulling them towards my feet. Feel that and feel how much harder that plank gets. You're literally trying to make this plank as hard as possible, okay? So after that one, we're gonna go into the quadruped position, right? So planting the feet behind me in dorsiflexion, okay? I'm gonna drive up just a touch, just like in our cat crawl position, so bringing the knees up slightly. Okay, I'm gonna push my feet into the ground, so I'm pushing backwards. I'm gonna push my feet into the ground. I'm gonna flex my glutes, flex my hamstrings. I'm gonna flex my core. I'm gonna create a lot of torque through my elbows, pulling my hands energetically to my feet. I'm gonna get offended, and I'm gonna hold. 3, 2, 1. Down, right? If you see me shaking, that's because that's hard, all right? Start with standing. Start to feel comfortable standing. You can definitely do the plank one. Make sure that you're in a correct position, right? We're nice and straight through the spine. I'm not obviously doing this. It's not a plank. I don't know what that is. But we're gonna be hanging here, right? Make sure your positions are good. And then move on to the quadruped. You can do one of those. Oh, again, always start with standing, or you can do all of those, okay? Again, that's muscular tension and muscular irradiation. How I'll program them in with our sessions and our clients, depending on, you know, if it's one-on-one needs or something like that, depending on kind of how that goes. If I'm doing the group sessions, I'll program 5 different rounds of each one of those positions. So that's 15 different reps, okay? Try those ones out. Let me know what you think. This is gonna help a ton. Honestly, for you bodybuilders out there, for you muscle-bound guys, it's super important to know how to flex those muscles and keep them under tension if you're trying to gain mass. It's also really important for you strength guys and for you other dynamic movers to know how to be able to create this kind of tension, right? So it's very important that you have a good understanding of this body awareness of creating, getting super tight and understanding what parts of your bodies need to be able to working and what parts you can sense and all that great stuff. Okay, guys? So give this one a try. Make sure you're doing it pre-workout, all right? And then you can kind of do it in between your sets if you think that you need to, all right? So this has been Unconventional Movements. We'll see you tomorrow for the next warm-up that we're gonna do. It's gonna be, again, very dynamic. Yep, that's it. Until then, remember, in this order, move well, feel great, look fit, symmetrical is a primal sexy. We'll see you tomorrow.